All right, everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about ice scratchers. For those of you that may be new into snowmobiling, you may say, "What's a scratcher? Why do I need it? What does it do?" All right. So what an ice scratcher is, it's a device that you put on your snowmobile that allows it to kick up ice and snow, which will then get sucked into the track, which will add lubrication to the slides, as well as provide snow for cooling to be placed up against the heat exchangers. Okay. Typically, you will run ice scratchers when it's a low snow condition, when you're running on hard pack and there's not a lot of loose snow on the trail, and you may notice that your temperatures on the sled may be getting higher than you normally want. So this video is actually about the Ice Storm ice scratchers, and we'll get to that in a minute. But right now on the market, there's three types of scratchers that you can use. There's the traditional slide rail scratchers, which get mounted on the slide rail, as it sounds. And what's the biggest disadvantage with those are you cannot reverse the sled when those are down. If you do, they're not designed to run backwards. If you do leave them down and you do reverse the sled, the scratchers will actually get bent, and then you can no longer use them. The second style that's commonly out there right now is what they call cable type scratchers. A company called Duraflex makes them, and essentially what it is, it's a steel braided cable that gets attached to the slide rail, and then using a carbide tip or a hardened steel tip, they just drag along the side of the track, and again they kick snow and ice up to the tunnel and provides cooling and lubrication. And then there's a third style, which we're going to talk about in a minute. They're the ski mounted type of scratchers, and what's nice about these is these are also reversible, as well as the Duraflex type cable type scratchers. You can use these going forward or in reverse. Once you put them down, you have to worry about them getting broken. And again, these attach to the front of the skis, and you can either use them up or down or whatever you want to do it. Basically they stay attached to the skis, and you can use them whenever you want. So with that being said, why don't we go and take a little bit more close-up view on them, and I can show you how they work and how they're installed on the ski. Alright, so this is the third style of scratcher that you can buy. This one is a ski mounted style. It's made by a company called Ice Storm, and they call it the Ice Storm ski scratcher for obvious reasons, because it's mounted to the inside of the ski. So what's nice about this product is the end of it that actually makes contact with the snow, does pivot, so it allows you to drive the sled forward or reverse without the worry of it's going to get bent or anything like that. So why don't we just go on the other side of it, and I'll show you a little bit more detail on how it's mounted. Okay. So essentially, this couldn't be easier as far as installing it. Essentially, you're just going to drill two holes, and they're both 5/16. So what you can do is you find a suitable place in the rib of the ski. You're going to drive you're going to drill a 5/16 hole through the ski, through the rib, and then there's a bolt that threads onto this assembly, and then you use Loctite to make sure it doesn't back out, and then you tighten it up. And then, so right now it's in the up position. So you're going to drill another 5/16 hole for the retaining clip to hold the scratcher in the up position when you don't want to use it. And essentially that's it. You basically drill those two holes and you tighten it, and it probably takes you all of 10 minutes to put them on. Very, very easy, very straightforward. All right, so the most important question is, do they work? Yes, they do work, and they actually work very well. The last couple trips I went on, one of the days it was actually -16 with very little snow on the trail. The trails were very hard and very flat. And the other day, the most recent one, the average temp was probably around 25 degrees, so it was a little bit warmer. So essentially, that kind of gives a very good indication, because typically when you're going to be running scratchers, it's going to be either one of two things. It's going to be a very warm day, or it's going to be a cold day with not a lot of snow on the trail to lubricate. And on both occasions, before I put the scratchers down, the average temp was anywhere between 155 and 157. Once I put the scratchers down, the temps immediately dropped down to normal, around 120, 133, and I ran like that for the rest of the day, and no problems. Even with backing the sled up, going forward, going reverse, I left them down. Never had any type of issues at all with them bending or anything like that. Right now, they probably have about 300 or 400 miles on it with no issues at all. So I would highly recommend this product. They're not that expensive. I think they were like 60 or 70 bucks retail. You may be able to find them cheaper on eBay or something along that. But I picked them up for like 60 or 70 bucks. So if there's any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, go ahead and leave them in the comments box. I always like to get feedback. I try to get back to everybody as soon as possible. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as part of my community. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.